Good afternoon from Bali, everyone. It's Cindy Feminine from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I wanted to talk about a few different ideas which are actually very similar. So I wanted to talk about something called the Pygmalion effect. I wanted to talk about mantras, which of course puts in the idea of repetitive words. And I wanted to put in something about energy work. And so today I'll start with this whole idea of the Pygmalion effect. And I don't know how many of you might already know about this idea, but I'll read you the information that I came across to remind you. It says, what is the Pygmalion effect in Simply Psychology? And Simply Psychology is simply this site that I came across. It was a nice explanation. It says the Pygmalion effect refers to a psychological phenomenon where higher expectations lead to improved performance in others. First described by Rosenthal and Jacobson in 1968, it gets its name from the Greek myth of Pygmalion, where a sculptor's great expectations for his statue result in it coming to life. Great expectations from his statue result to it coming to life. And we see some similarity in terms of there are lots of statues here in Bali, and I suspect that many people know about spirituality and statues. So in Hinduism, there's certainly statues. In Buddhism, there's the statue of Buddha that people may revere, and it represents the energy of that. And here it represents the energy of a god, for example, or a goddess. And we might look at symbols in the same way, that it represents and it brings it to life. And I thought it was really interesting that when we look at what we bring to life with our thoughts, these often relate to things like mantras, bring something to life. So something that's repeated regularly can bring it to life. So if I'm thinking of Om, for example, a very common mantra, it is about oneness, it is about sameness, it is about creation, it is about godlike energy, it's about love, compassion, faith, truth. All of those things fall into that oneness space. And if these are mantras, we can bring them to life within us. Now it's interesting, I came across this quotation by Robin Sharma, which says, a mantra is nothing more than a collection of words strung together to create a positive effect. Now, why would I link this with the Pygmalion effect? Is because whatever we think about regularly, whatever we speak about regularly, will become our living reality. And this is something that I really encourage clients to focus on when they're thinking about themselves. So what do we do most often? We think about ourselves. We think about a lot of things, but we can think about ourselves. I can think about anything that's not so right will be the thing that comes to mind easily. And so the things that are right might benefit from our regular mantra. So the things that are right, we can even regularly benefit from saying everything in my space is right, everything in my life is right, my health is right. So if I am intending to create good health in my own body, I can focus my mind to at least regularly remind myself that this is doing well. I have a headache, my head is very healthy. So rather than say I have a headache, which would be something that more people would be comfortable with saying, to focus the mind on my head is healing, my head is healthy, my head feels perfect. And when I say that, I encourage that. Now, a lot of people, when we use spirituality or religion in this, we ask for help. We can ask for help from God. We can ask for help from some divine energy. We can ask for help from a doctor, which often we have put into these divine categories of, oh, they'll be able to fix me. I can fix me is something that we can work on. I can fix me to help this system move into the right direction. So this idea of this Pygmalion effect and mantras, we can repeat and repeat. Now repeating just words can be just words. The more we believe, because a thought, you might know from various teachings online, which I will talk a little bit more about in my next video, but there's this whole awareness of whatever we repeat regularly in our thoughts, in our words, in our actions becomes our reality. So if I am concerned about a family member, and I hear about this a lot, of I'm so concerned about my son or daughter because, you know, they're not very confident in school, and they're not feeling very good, they're not confident in themselves, they don't know what to do, they're confused, all of these things. Now, what is the energy that you as a parent, if you are a parent, or you as a person, if you're a friend hearing about this, or you as a child, if you're hearing this from your parent, what is it that you can do to help? The helping is not, I worry about you, I'm so worried about you, I know that you're really stressed about this or that. This is not helpful energy. The Pygmalion effect, if we are saying, I'm so worried about you, I know you'll be fine, but I'm so worried about you. The energy that we're repeating regularly is, I'm so worried about you, and I create more worry. I create unease in the other person too. So the person I'm hoping to help, my mantra for them is, I hope everything will be okay, but I'm really concerned. My mantra can be, everything is fine, everything is good, you are healthy, you are well, you are successful. And it's everything that I don't really believe right now. I can create this Pygmalion effect. And this is energy work. As we use it consciously and mindfully, we create our reality. Now again, this idea of a mantra is nothing more than a collection of words strung together to create a positive effect. It's true. And so people can get into habits of, I go through the rosary every single day, and so, you know, whether I'm doing Hail Marys or whether I say anything, if I'm looking at Hinduism, we might be saying Om, for example, or I might be saying all is well. It doesn't matter what I'm saying, I say it again and again and again. That's fantastic if I'm just saying it to say it. So in Hinduism, oftentimes it's 108 times. Repeat this mantra 108 times, and this will become your reality. It's not going to just happen through magic. It happens through truly believing. It's not just the thought that does it. It adds with an energy of belief. Now, just saying the mantra is useful, because more often our mantra is, I don't think this will happen. I think this is not going to be good. I think this is the not easy part. I'm always angry. I don't think I'll ever change that. That person's always angry. I don't think they'll ever change that. This person's always sad. They're never going to change that. That's my mantra that I repeat most often, not consciously, not because I've sat down for 5 minutes to repeat 108 times the things I do want to create. More than 108 times in the day, I am repeating the, I'm so worried, or this is not going to work out, I hope this doesn't go wrong, rather than I know this is right. So as soon as I find my mind in that space at any time in my day, even if I'm repeating mantras regularly in the day, shift it to the mantra, because what happens is often we make a time, and this is wonderful to do, for meditation, for mantra, for prayer, anything that is really, really positive. And the rest of the time, our brains are going everywhere they're used to going to. So all the worries, all the concerns, all the fears come up much more regularly. When we can catch our mind in those spaces, we can shift it into creating our reality. So when we are working with meditation, we're creating our reality with the alignment with the higher energy, with source, with the divine energy that we are aligning with it to create it in that time. In the rest of our time, as soon as we catch our minds going in a different direction, as soon as we catch our actions in a different direction, as soon as we catch our words in a different direction, correct it quickly, and don't sit there thinking about, oh, I can't believe I went there again. So 5 minutes I think about I went there again, which means I'm going there again, and I can just be, okay, I'm shifting, and I don't go into any long story about where I went again. I'm shifting in this moment, right here, right now, our most powerful moment, which is now. I wanted to also end this video with this quotation by Swami Vivekananda, and it says, if superstition enters, the brain is gone. If superstition enters, the brain is gone. What is the superstition that can enter? If I believe that something outside of me is going to create this reality, the little bit of superstition. If I make sure that everything in my environment is just right, it's a little bit of superstition, because I believe that. I was looking at Feng Shui recently, and I wanted to add that into this video, but I haven't decided to put too much of that information in this one. But this whole idea, we arrange our surroundings to be just right, and that's a superstition that, the energy flows properly here. I want to make sure that this mirror is not here because it's making the energy go outside of that room, not in the right direction for this house. And this is useful and true. Yet, if the energy within me is not centered and aligned, it does not matter how good my external world is. Here needs to be centered for me to help create the reality that I would like to create. This is what I wish for all of you, all of us, the world. And know that this will affect us, ourselves first, the person who's practicing first, staying in alignment, correcting as quickly as we can, as soon as we're mindfully aware that we're moving into a different direction, correcting that into the right direction for creating what we would like to create. This is fantastic for ourselves. Then the people that we're thinking about are the next people that are benefiting. Our community that we're living in is the next that's benefiting. And then the world at large is benefiting. I hope you know this. I hope you use your power wisely. I hope that this benefits you and everyone around you. And I wish you a fantastic day ahead. Please remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.